Well, I think the manger's a rather cute touch. Yours, of course?
It's never a complete Christmas without a manger.
Yeah, I used to think that, too.
What do you mean used to? You mean you don't now?
I'm sorry. It's just kind of hard to get into the spirit.
It's cool, darling. We understand.
But I can try.
Hit it.
Just trying real hard.
Yeah, I know. You've heard no word from Lee?
No, Robert, I think by now, if the judge gets a letter, he won't open it until after New Year's.
What about tonight? Are you still going to have the Christmas party here?
Bah humbug. I think it's pointless. Damn it, I wish I could give her some kind of information, whether it's good or bad. It's this not knowing that's the worst.
Is it?
It will. It will. I swear it will.
The lessons ran out after all.
Let's get back here. Try to...
All right.
Hey, don't stop for me. I'm not exactly the joy of Christmas today.
Come on, Tiff. No one's that full of ho-ho-ho, not these days. Anyway, what's got you down, or do I need to guess?
Oh, I'm sure you've already guessed.
No.
Give this man a cigar.
Come on, you'll pick yourself up. You have in the past.
Yeah, well, the trouble is, Robert, I don't want to.
Oh, darling, look at you. I mean, well, it's a bit gaudy, but you are the living, breathing spirit of Christmas.
You mean this cape? Well, I thought I could at least pretend to be having fun.
Ah, yes, but you see, you're not pretending. You never have pretend. You've never needed to pretend. That's one thing I know about you. You're always in control of yourself.
I don't feel like it.
You can't help yourself. It's like breathing. It comes naturally. And in the nicest possible way, darling. You like yourself. I've always admired that in you.
Well, I tell you, I don't like myself very much right now. Oh, Robert, I blew it. And you know what's worse is I know exactly how I did it. I waited too long. I just waited too long.
Wait a minute. You've got me. Back up a little.
I expected Noah to come running to make up with me. So I just sit back and let him sweat it out. Well, he didn't come running. He didn't come at all. I waited too long, and now I've lost him.
Wait a minute. Wait. This is an old saying. Not a particularly good saying, but an old one. It goes something like, the opera's not finished till the fat chick sings the final chorus. I told you it didn't make much sense.
Right.
It's not hopeless. Now, where does he live? It's, Long Island, isn't it?
Yeah, he's there with his family.
All right. You ring up right now and start to put the pieces back together.
No, I thought about doing that, Robert, but I just don't think it's a very good idea to call him there. I'm just going to wait and wait, sit back and wait. What can I do?
Wait for what?
I don't know. Love to run its course.
You've never done that in the past, so why start now?
Well, what do you expect me to do?
Well, you must have had plans. I mean, especially now that the star's gone down the chute. Huh?
I had plans, Robert. But they all included Noah.
So you make new ones. This time, just for yourself.
Like what?
Gonna make me say it, aren't you? You're a damn good actress, Tiffany. Or has that point eluded you of late?
I was once.
You still are. Look, acting's like brain surgery. Once you've done it, you never forget it.
I wonder if that's true.
Of course it's true. Now, we've got to start to get your life back together again. First thing you do is contact that agent. What's his face? Mickey, right. You're going to call up Mickey and say, Mick, I am raring to go. Where's the deal?
You know, I may just do that.
Forget the may. Do it.
Oh, Robert, you're always so good for me. Okay, I'll do it. I promise I will do it.
That's my darling. It's the girl I know and love.
I'll get it.
That's the phone.
Santa's workshop.
Luke, it's Lee Baldwin.
Oh, good. Lee, I'm glad you called. What's happening?
Well, I think you and Holly better get down here to the courthouse right away.
Has the judge read the letter?
Yes, he has, and he's getting ready to announce his decision.
We're on our way. Come on, baby.
Luke and Holly should be there by now.
Easily, I bet they ran all the way.
Does that mean that when they get there that they're going to read the letter?
Well, I think so, but more important, Lee will probably ask the judge to rule on it.
We know what that means.
Everything. Well, I don't know about you, but I am stuffed.
Up to here.
I feel like a suckling pig ready to give birth.
I was doing okay up until that fifth helping of pudding, and I kind of got carried away.
I think you can thank Nanny for the pudding.
Oh, speaking of Nanny, where is she? I hope she's not in the kitchen doing dishes.
No. She went to call her friends in Victoria to wish them a Merry Christmas.
What do you say to walk around the deck?
Now, there's a good idea. Help us work off some of this food.
Robert.
Oh, maybe later.
Good idea.
What were you
Anything to get out of the
darling?
dishes.
Merry Christmas.
A little more wine, perhaps?
It's a much better idea anyway.
Scorpio.
Hello, Robert. This is Mayor Everett.
Mr. Mayor, how are you?
Presently in kind of a bind. I need to talk to you.
Well, sure. What's a convenient time?
Right away.
This sounds sort of important.
Urgent is a better word. I'll be in my office.
Okay, give me half an hour.
The mayor?
Yeah. Wonder what he wants.
Hey, can you believe this is like the start of the Ice Age out there?
Oh, with no end in sight.
Yeah, I heard the weather report.
You guys better leave for the airport early because traffic is going to be a real mess.
No kidding. Would you mind driving us?
Well, I'd love to oblige, but I've just had a call from the mayor. Wants to see me right away.
The mayor? What about?
No idea. He just said it was urgent. Stay right there. Stop. Yes, he's right here. Hey, mate, for you.
Thank you. Spencer here?
Harv Engel, Luke, down at the Maritime office?
Yeah, Harv, how you doing?
Looks as though we've got a bite on your place. A big-time businessman from out of town. He wants to meet with you.
Oh, well, I'm going out of town, man. Can you answer his questions?
Well, he wants the answers from the horse's mouth.
Okay, well, like I say, I'm going out of town. What if I send Robert Scorpio? He's my partner, and I give him complete proxy.
Hold it.
Hold on.
I've got this meeting with the mayor. Huh?
Can't put that on.
He sounded very definite.
All right. Look, I'm sorry, Harv. Your boy's just gonna have to, wait.
Oh, if I told you that Mr. Barron, that's his name, is willing to make a deposit today, would you, change your mind?
How big a deposit?
Enough for you to consider canceling your trip.
All right. Have him in your office in 5 minutes. If he moves real fast and I move fast, I can still catch the plane.
Thank you. I'll call Mr. Barron immediately.
Okay, and tell him to bring his checkbook. Right. Bye.
There isn't time.
Sure there is. There's a shuttle that leaves from New York every half hour. If you call the airport and make a reservation on the next one, we'll be cool. Even if we miss a couple of them, we'll be all right. We'll still make the connection to Victoria. Tell Nanny.
Yeah, I will.
Come on, we're going with you. Well, we'll walk with you anyway.
All right. Wish us luck.
You got it.
I hope it's better in Victoria.
Where was I? You were telling me about Charles' desire to be buried in the family plot.
It was a really sunny day. One of those days where the wind tells you that it's still winter, but the trees are blossoming and the sun is out. It was really perfect. Father and I, just me and him together. He had asked to go down to the cemetery. I think it was the first time for him since Mother had died.
Oh, I remember how hard it was for him.
That was the hardest day. We just stood there, holding hands. I knew that if he started crying that I would too. But it was strange, he didn't. In fact, at one point I looked up at him. He was smiling. I asked him why. And he said, because this is such a beautiful place to rest. He said, I want to be buried here next to her. He made me promise.
You did, didn't you?
He never went back again after that, I don't think. It was as though it was enough just for him to know that she was at peace.
It's your turn now.
I'll be brave.
I know you will.
You promise me you'll come back here after the funeral? You know, maybe stay for a while.
Oh.
I'm sure you've earned a vacation.
Oh, you know I'd love to, Poppet, but my place is there.
Well, at least you'll visit.
Oh, every chance I get.
Especially Christmases. Wouldn't be the same without you.
I'll be here. If not in body, always in spirit.
Well, we'd better get ready to leave, huh?
Oh, I better get my bag. Dear me. The Star. Oh, Vicar. How good of you to call. Yes, Holly was just about to... morning chapel, yes. Well, you must have finished early. What? No. But he can't. Oh, Vicar, you must... But did he say why? Did he give any reasons? Yes, I'll tell Holly. Of course. What? Terrible news. Terrible. The vicar received a call from Percy, and he is refusing services at St. Luke's and will not allow Charles to be laid to rest in the family plot.
He can't do that, I promise, Father.
I'm sorry, dear, but Percy owns the plot. I'm afraid there is nothing we can do.
Side, but I felt we needed the privacy.
Yes, especially since she's a reporter sworn to uphold that principle of a free press.
Actually, the privacy is for your benefit.
You make it sound like I'm in some kind of trouble.
Oh, on the contrary, just the opposite. The city is facing a dilemma that I believe only you can get us out of.
Whatever I can do to help.
Our police commissioner is retiring. I got the official notification last week.
So now you've got a job vacancy and my name naturally popped into your head.
You're the most qualified person I could think of.
We had this conversation once before. I was qualified then, but also not interested.
Now, please, now, hear me out. I realize we discussed this once before, but the situation has changed. Frankly, I'm extremely upset with our present district attorney.
Well, that isn't hard to believe.
Strictly off the record, it's clear to me that his intentions are strictly self-serving.
What's more to the point, his only duty is to his own re-election.
Oh, you know him then. What we need is a man like you who can challenge him.
Look, I'm flattered. I really mean it. But desk jobs just really aren't in my game. I mean, I wasn't interested before. It still applies.
Did I say I was looking for a pencil pusher?
No, but I naturally assumed...
We're talking about a wide area of responsibility.
Such as?
Hire a staff. Get the best people you can find. They'll take care of the office. You take care of the field.
Straight investigative work.
Well,
right?
that's what you're best at, isn't it?
That's what I'm told.
Robert, this is a good city. Good people, honest cops, fair judges, but we're not immune to big city problems. Organized crime on the waterfront, racketeering, prostitution, gambling, drug dealing, it's here and I want to fight it. But it's a fight against windmills unless I've got good leadership.
You mentioned going up against the DA.
He's all yours.
He's also very powerful.
Oh, that's the kind of power we want to keep in check. At least until the public gets wise to him and boots him out of office. Excuse me. Hello. Oh, yes, all right. I'll be right there. Robert, I'm sorry. There's a slight emergency. Do you mind waiting?
No, take your time.
What's up?
A very interesting offer.
You can't do this. It's not fair and it's not right.
Now, Holly, dear, you must get control of yourself.
Father has to be buried next to Mother. He asked me. He begged me.
The decision's been made. It's pointless to argue.
Why? What possible reason could you have?
You don't know.
Tell me, damn it.
It's a simple case of overwhelming shame. The shame your father has brought on this house and on my name.
Good. Your name? You hypocrite. It was your plan, your schemes all those years. Father just went along. You're the one who should suffer, not him and not me.
Try to understand, Holly. I have a reputation to protect.
A lie to protect. How can you think me so dumb to believe that old story? I know you, Percy. I know everything about you. You're a common thief hiding behind your so-called respectability.
Well, if I am a common thief, what does that make you?
At least I can admit it. You've been lying so many years, you're starting to believe it.
Now is not the time for this argument.
Well, I think it is. You've got to change your mind. Father must be buried in the family plot.
Very well, Holly. We will discuss it upon your arrival.
On my... What are you talking about?
I presume you are planning to attend your father's funeral.
Of course. But...
Then you will be coming back to Victoria, right?
Yeah, as soon as I can.
Then we will discuss where and by whom your father will be buried when you get here.
I would like to settle it right now so the vicar can go ahead with preparations.
All of that will be decided when you get here.
Well, why not now?
First, you and I must have a nice sit down and talk, Holly. There are several other things involved.
I'll be there tonight.
You can't.
I have to.
He'll hurt you. He'll try to win you back. What's worse, he'll silence you.
Luke will be with me.
It won't matter. Nothing will matter as long as Percy is determined.
He can't get away with anything. He knows that. It will simply be a meeting to strike a bargain. My silence in exchange for my father being buried in the family plot. I know Percy. I know how he thinks. That's all it'll be. Star Nightclub.
Yes, Luke Spencer or Holly Sutton, please.
This is Holly Sutton.
Oh, Miss Sutton, I'm calling from Interstate Airlines. Our
Computer indicates that you and Mr. Spencer and a Mrs. McTavish are holding reservations on our 4 p.m. flight.
That's correct.
Oh, I'm sorry, but that flight's been canceled due to the current ice storm. However, we do
We have another flight leaving Kennedy in an hour. If you can make that
flight, I can transfer your reservation.
Do it. We'll be right there.
All right. Mr. Spencer as well?
Yes, both of us. We have to be on that plane.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll take care of it. Thank you.
Thank you. The broken. Please be there, Luke. Please be there.
No answer.
He must be still at the hotel.
Which one, do you know?
I've no idea. We have to be on that flight.
But without Luke?
It's the last plane out. We're going to be on it. Get your bag and I'll leave a note for him.
Well, it really sounds good.
On the surface.
What are you going to do?
Before I decide anything, I want to know a lot more.
I think you should really consider it. I mean, think of all the advantages, and you wouldn't have to go to Canada.
I meant I'd like to know more from the mayor, not you.
Excuse me, I was just offering my opinion.
Duly noted. End of discussion.
I'm sorry to keep you waiting. One of my assistants was in an accident. No one was hurt. Must be these icy roads.
Yes, it sounds pretty bad out there.
I promise I won't keep you much longer.
I'll wait outside.
No, wait. You stay. I've explained the offer to us so you can speak freely. Sit down there.
Thank you.
Very well. We were just getting to the compensation part when we were interrupted. Now, Robert, I know at WSB we're accustomed to a large salary.
Well, good expense account anyway.
We're prepared to offer whatever you were getting before. Or perhaps even exceed it.
I really think you should check out the figures first.
We already checked out. We checked into them.
What about the benefits?
The office comes with a great deal of benefits. You see, the city has grown, and so has the position. As commissioner, you'll move in the loftiest circles, be involved in any and all social events connected with the city. There'll be a public relations firm at your fingertip. Photographs, newspaper interviews, whatever you want. Name it, you got it.
Look, it all sounds really wonderful, Mr. Mayor. But regardless of the money or the panache involved, the bottom line is we're talking about a desk job here.
That's your challenge, then.
I don't follow you.
There are no concrete rules connected to this job. Make as little or as much as you want of it.
Mr. Mayor, I've had some pretty crazy offers since I've been in this town, but this one's really difficult to believe.
To be honest, I've never made one like it.
Then why me and why now?
You're qualified. You have the experience, the ability, and the panache, as you say, to get the job done. I wouldn't begin to try to tell you how to do it.
I'll say this. I'm very interested.
Then take it. I promise you won't be sorry.
Well, Robert, I think the mayor's waiting for an answer.
I'd like some time to think about this.
What's to think about?
Plenty.
All right. Take your time. We still have a week or so.
Don't worry, sir. You'll have your answer before then.
Oh.
Here, drink this.
Well,
Any sign of him?
Looks like they've left. Checked all the staterooms. What is this? Hot chocolate, really?
Perfect day for it, don't you think?
Yeah.
You know, on the drive home, you didn't talk about the offer at all.
I was thinking about it.
Really sounds good, I think.
Yeah. Price is right, anyway.
And, I mean, plus think of the prestige. You'd be rubbing elbows with all the city's bigwigs. I mean, it would be terrific. I bet you'd probably even get a house like the mayor's.
Well, I really wouldn't know.
I mean, even if they didn't offer it, I bet with the way the mayor was talking, if you would ask him, it would be no problem.
I am unimpressed with houses.
Well, then think of the social gatherings we could go to. It would be absolutely fabulous. We would... I'm sorry, I'm doing it again.
Please contain your enthusiasm.
I'm sorry, I just started getting carried away.
Right,
with plans.
we'll discuss it later.
When is later?
When I've made a decision.
Where is she?
Holly?
Yeah, I called. Nobody answered.
Well, we thought she was with you.
Where's Nanny?
Well, I've checked the whole place. I've shuttered all the boat up. It's just us, mate.
Well, no, it was all arranged. She was supposed to wait here until I came back.
Okay, look, maybe there's a note around.
Luke tried to reach you. Must take early flight. Percy refuses to allow burial in family plot. Must convince him. We'll call up Holly. Convince Percy, he'll kill her. Flight 217 to Kennedy. Is it left yet?
You want to wait in line like the rest of us?
Man, I'm sorry. It's an emergency.
Hurry it up.
I'll
deal with him.
I understand. The flight to Kennedy. Has it left yet?
Yes, a half hour ago.
All right.
Excuse
When
me,
is the next flight? When is the next flight?
Sir, if you would like to make a reservation, I'd be glad
I'm sorry.
to
This
take
is
you
an
in your turn.
emergency. Don't you understand? This is an emergency.
Next.
It's a matter of life and death.
Yeah.
My friend Holly Sutton. She was on that flight, or supposedly on
Did
that.
you say Holly Sutton?
Yes.
You're Luke Spencer.
That's right. How'd you know?
Well, you had a reservation on that same flight.
Yes, I did. When is the next one?
Well, that was the last flight. Miss Sutton asked me to tell you that she tried to get a hold of you, but she couldn't.
Okay, what about Kennedy Airport? Is it all right?
No, there's this, well, the storm's, not as bad down there, so they're still open.
The flights are going out.
One
Kennedy.
minute.
That means they can make it to Victoria.
Listen,
Will you
hang on
calm
a
down?
second. Is there any chance of the storm clearing?
No. All the forecasts say that it's sleet and rain throughout the night. Next.
That means she can get the flight to Victoria. Thank you. I'm sorry very much.
Yeah, it's all right.
Excuse me.
So what do we do now? We're trapped.
Okay, I think I better put in a call to Trotter and tell him to meet her at the airport.
Yeah, do it now, will you?
There was nothing you could do.
Are you kidding? I could have shined that tycoon on. I had dollar signs in my eyes.
But you didn't know that this was going to happen.
No, I didn't. All right, then what about her, huh? I mean, she could have waited, right? I mean, Charles is already dead. Dead is dead. She could have waited a couple of days.
Obviously, it mattered to her. Otherwise, she wouldn't have left without you.
Jack, you don't understand. You don't know Percy. You don't know what he's capable of.
I have a pretty good idea. Luke, Holly's a big girl. She can take care of herself.
Baby, no, it's different. Her life is in danger. I may have messed this whole thing up. Robert,
slow down, mate.
did you get through?
Yes, I managed to tell him what we wanted him to do, but there was dreadful interference on the line.
Well, what are we going to do?
We hope the storm stops and... Down.
Airport's still closed?
Indefinitely. They say they're trying to melt the snow. It could take another day.
Look, relax. You have no control over the weather.
I don't believe it.
A storm?
Polly, leaving without me. It isn't smart. It isn't safe.
Look. She was upset about her father's funeral, and that was the priority.
Yeah, I know that. But I could have helped her.
Oh, wait, hold it. You calling Holly?
I'm going to try to.
Well, I doubt that she's even there yet.
Well, there's one way to find out.
Look. Just wait for a minute. If it for no other reason than to let you calm down, huh?
Look, I cannot calm down until I get answers. Answers like, why didn't she wait for me when she said she would wait for me? We were supposed to go together, and mostly, is she all right? Welcome back, Miss Holly.
Hello, William. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to say hello last night, but I got in rather late and I went straight to bed.
Now, the prodigal returns. Good morning, Holly. I'm glad to see you. Are you here alone?
Nanny should be along shortly. She stopped by to see the vicar.
How nice for her. And you're Mr. Spencer.
He's waiting for me back in Port Charles.
I'm surprised he let you out of his sight. You're looking very well. Did you have a smooth flight?
Oh, let's skip the civilities, shall we? You know why I'm here. I've come to make sure my father has a proper burial in the family plot.
Well, that is entirely up to you.
What can I do?
Agree to my terms. If you care about your father's final resting place, you'll do as I ask. We just need to tidy up a couple of details, that's all.
I don't see what my father has to do with this. He was always loyal to the family.
Unlike his daughter.
Why won't you let him rest in peace?
I'm sure Charles doesn't care much one way or another.
But why deny him his rightful place in the family plot?
Why, to get at you, of course.
Congratulations. Now what?
It's very simple, really. I'll see to it that Charles is buried in the family plot after a proper funeral at St. Luke's. That's what you want, isn't it?
You know it is.
All right, I'll give you my word. Charles would go to his grave with his honor intact and his name as clean in Victoria as it ever was.
All this in exchange for what?
Your signature.
On?
On a statement that I've drawn up, clearing me of all involvement in the oil scam.
I won't do it.
I think you will.
Never.
That's a very long time to consign your beloved father to an unmarked grave in some cow pasture.
You wouldn't.
It's not me that's doing it, Holly. It's you.
I'm not going to let you go free.
Well, why not?
Because you're responsible.
You give me too much credit.
You turned my whole family into swindlers. You were the one who was responsible for involving my father in everything.
Not against his will.
Regardless, you're more guilty than any of us.
Well, I'm sorry you feel that way.
It's the truth.
Tell me, have you ever seen me commit one single crime?
I know what you've done.
But you can be persuaded to forget it, right?
Not for anything in the world.
Well, then you won't mind going to visit your father's unmarked grave in Potter's Field, that sordid little plot with the weeds and the garbage all around.
Stop it!
Well, you know how you can stop me. And besides, the funeral will be held tomorrow at any rate.
You don't mean that.
You know me better than that, Holly. I always mean what I say.
Well, I won't let you.
Well, you know how you can stop me. All it takes is one little signature.
No.
Well, perhaps you need just a little more time to think about it. Alone, I shall be in my study when you change your mind.
Bad out there. Well, things must be pretty grim if the airport's closed.
It must be. I can't even get a charter plane to make that flight.
You kidding? Those guys will fly in anything.
Not in this.
So, there's your answer. You're going to have to wait it out.
Well, we've still got the phone. She might be there by now.
You really have no choice in this matter, you know. But where do you figure she'll go?
Probably the country house. That's where the funeral is.
No go?
The operator. Operator, I'm having trouble reaching a number in Victoria, British Columbia. What? What do you mean? The lines can't be down. Somebody made a call from here last night to Victoria. They had no problem at all. I know we're in the middle of an ice storm, darling. Okay, all right, excuse me. I'm sorry about that. How long do you think it's going to be till I can make this call? Oh, wonderful.
So how long?
No telling. The ice has got the lines down.
All right, well, look at it this way. It could be worse.
How?
At least we got a call through to Trotter at the DIM. He will watch Holly closely.
You think so?
Yeah, I think they'll stay close.
What's he going to do, move into Percy's house?
I doubt that he'll invite them.
Well, then she's in trouble, and you know it.
Luke, the DIM will watch every move that she makes.
Robert, that man can wallow in dirt and come up spotless. He could get away with murder.
I don't think he'll do anything. There's too much heat at this point.
Holly's a threat to him.
He can't make any waves.
Does he realize that?
Whatever else he is, he's not stupid.
No, he isn't. That's the problem. I know he's going to make a move, and I don't know what it is. I'm like a prisoner in my own place.
Relax, will you?
I can't relax. Robert, why didn't she wait for me? She told me she would wait for me. We had it all arranged. Why didn't she wait?
Maybe something came up.
Like what?
Well, maybe she couldn't reschedule her father's funeral.
The man is dead. What difference does another day make?
Oh, is that where that goes? That's great. All right, let's go back. What else could make her bolt from you, huh?
I don't know, and I have no way of finding out either.
Look, there's no point us standing around here cursing Mother Nature, the phone company, and airlines.
What do you want to do, curse each other?
That's never worked in the past. Let's go out to Kelly's, have something to eat. Worry makes you hungry. Here.
All right, I'm going to stop by my stateroom and gather up everything I'm taking if I ever get out of this town.
What else did he say?
That was it. If I sign the paper freeing him of responsibility of the oil swindle, Percy will let my father's funeral go ahead as planned. If not...
I know how difficult this must be for you.
What am I going to do?
Well, I'm afraid that is your decision.
But what do you think?
It's not my place to say.
Please, Nanny, is it important where my father is buried?
I'm not the one to answer that. You see, I am sentimental, and my feelings would cloud my judgment.
But you know I'm the same way.
I suppose you are, but I know how much Charles loved your mother, and I can't help feeling how he would like to have been laid to rest alongside her. It was important to him.
I know.
However, I don't believe that Percy should get off scot-free.
That's my choice.
And a difficult one it is, too.
I owe it to Father. He did the best he could for me. He always supported me no matter what I wanted to do, even when I wanted to get involved in the family business. He encouraged me always. Oh, how could I have been so naive?
You were young.
I should have known better. Father, he discouraged me at first, but when he realized that my heart was set on it, he helped me. He let me work with him. And then when I wanted to back out, he helped me then, too.
Oh, he loved you so much.
I owe it to him. I can't let him down.
You won't, whatever you do.
Burying him next to Mother is the least I can do.
But Charles wouldn't want you to compromise yourself to make that happen.
I don't know what else to do. Besides, perhaps it wouldn't be so bad.
What do you mean?
I never actually saw Percy commit any crimes himself, did you?
It doesn't matter what I saw.
It does to me.
The important thing now is for you to follow your conscience.
It's not that easy.
It never is.
I know what I want to do. I just wish there was another way to do it. If only Luke were here, I could talk it over with him.
Well, why don't you ring him up?
Yeah, maybe I should, just at least to let him know I'm all right.
No answer.
I got a recording. All telephone lines in the area are down because of a storm. I'll never be able to get through.
Now what will you do?
Whatever it is, looks like I'll have to do it alone.
Now, it's hard to believe we may finally be getting rid of her.
Holly?
Star, you idiot.
Oh, yeah, stop.
Earth to Major Tong. Where's your head at?
Robert, you don't want to know.
Well, I can guess.
What were you saying?
That if this guy buys the boat, it's going to change a lot of things.
Yeah, I guess so.
We're going to have to find another place to live. We're going to have to get jobs. It's going to shake up a lot of lives.
Listen, man, my life at the moment is in a blender at high speed.
Don't you find it exciting?
Frankly, no.
I think I might take that job as police commissioner.
That's nice.
Am I keeping you awake?
What?
Look, if you don't want to talk about my career or my future, perhaps we can find something more stimulating, like weather reports and fallen phone lines.
Okay, Robert, look, I'm sorry, okay? So you want to be police commissioner, huh?
I'm thinking about it.
You thought about it before. You told them no.
Who's different? The last time was just a glorified pencil pusher, a social figurehead. Now, this time, there's real, in-the-field investigative work, not to mention embarrassing perks and an outrageous salary.
And, of course, all those guys are on the take.
Not once I'm commissioner.
Just testing.
You know, the more I think about it, this job could be just what I need right now.
Well, great. Why don't you just call them up and tell them you'll do it?
Well, I thought that I might...
Maybe later, though. Let me use the phone first. I gotta make a quick call. Got it done?
Incidentally, how long does it take for an operator to tell you that phone lines are down?
Well, maybe they're up by now.
But let me tell you, nothing's going to have happened in half an hour.
One way to find out. Operator, yeah. Can you tell me just how long it's going to take before I can make a call out of here? A long-distance call. When? As soon as possible. Fine. When is that? Right.
Your face says it all.
You called it.
Right now, what?
Well, I can't sit around here, man. I'm going over to the hospital, talk to Bobby and Ruby, tell them that I'm leaving for Victoria as soon as the airport clears.
You want me to come with you?
No, that's all right. When I leave there, I'm going to the store, pack some bags so that they have everything ready. I'm going to the airport. I'll wait there.
One question. Why?
Why? Because I want to wait at the airport, because I don't want to waste any more time.
Is all this really necessary?
Well, I won't know until I get to Victoria. But I can tell you one thing. All this grief could have been saved.
But storms happen.
It's not the weather, man. It's Holly. We had an agreement. She blew it. She went off without me. How many times do I have to tell you that? And as it is, she's driving me closer to my grave. She's probably digging her own.
Well?
Well, what?
What have you decided?
I haven't.
Well, you'd better do so. Your time is up. Now, I want to know what you're going to do, and I want to know now. You're wasting time. Now, either you sign this statement, or your father does not get the funeral he wanted. If you're prepared to disregard your father's last wishes and betray his trust...
Oh, you know I'm not.
Then you'll do it.
What do you think? I wouldn't go against my father's wishes. I want him to be buried where he wished to be. It's the last thing I can do for him.
Just as I had hoped. I admire your loyalty, my dear. I wish my son felt the same way.
He might if you gave him as little choice as you've given me.
No, he's not like you, Holly. You're doing the right thing, and I admire you for it.
You admire me for giving in to emotional blackmail.
For respecting your father.
I don't know that admiration of a man like you is something that I would wish to have. Someone who could stoop so low to save his own skin.
Well, you're right. What should I say?
You can tell me it was a misunderstanding.
Sorry. Now, will you sign?
Give me that thing. You know I will. I said I would. I don't go back on my own word. But first, call the vicar and arrange the funeral for tomorrow.
I'd be delighted. Hello, Vicar. Yes, this is Percy Durbin. Ah, very well, thanks. And you? Listen, I just called to let you know that I've changed my mind. I'd like Charles Sutton's funeral and burial to proceed as originally planned tomorrow. Will that cause you any difficulty? That's good, that's good. I'm sorry to have given you so little notice. These have been somewhat trying times. I'm sure you understand. Yes. I'll see you tomorrow, Vicar. Thank you very much. All set. Your turn. That wasn't so hard, was it? I'm sure you will not regret this.
I already do.
Mr. Trotter, sir. He said you were expecting him.
Sorry to burst in on you like this, Mr. Durbin, but I must talk to Holly.
Go right ahead.
Alone.
All right.
I'm fine. How did you know I was here?
Robert called me from Port Charles. He and Luke were worried about you. Wanted me to check.
I've tried to reach Luke, but apparently all the phone lines are down because of a storm.
Yes, they're completely cut off. The airport's closed, too.
I thought so.
What about you? Are you in any danger?
Not to my knowledge. Why?
No one's forcing you to stay.
No.
Then how long do you plan to remain here?
I only came out for my father's funeral. I'll leave as soon as he's buried.
That's it?
What do you mean?
There's nothing else you want to tell me?
No, really, I'm fine. As soon as I've seen my father is laid to rest, I'll be on my way.
And you're sure there's nothing I can do for you?
No, thank you. I would have contacted you if there were.
Yes, I suppose so. Well, I'm sorry I've disturbed you, but I had to be certain.
Well, thank you. I understand. Thank you very much.
And if there's anything you need, don't hesitate to call.
No, I won't. Thank you.
Holly. Luke sent him, didn't he?
Yes.
He must be very worried about you.
He might never talk to me again.
Why?
I signed Percy's statement.
I thought you had.
Do you think I did wrong?
No, I think you followed your conscience. But I wonder how Luke will feel when he finds out that Percy has been cleared.
I pray he'll understand. In this instance, it doesn't matter what Luke thinks, because I did what I had to do.
Well, then tell him that.
Sometimes you have to do things on your own. And this was one of those times for me. I just hope Luke sees that.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for everything.
Oh, I didn't do much, Puppet.
Oh, you did. You were here. See you at the funeral tomorrow.
Try not to worry.
Well, it's done. Now I just have to live with it.
Things are going to work out. You'll see.
I hope so.
Bye-bye.
Having second thoughts.
Do you mind? I'd like to be alone.
I just want to be sure you haven't said anything to distress our friend, Mr. Trotter.
What are you worried about? You've got your piece of paper.
Then I assume you're not thinking of changing your mind.
I signed the bloody thing, didn't I?
You realize that there are many members of the family all over the world who would be very distressed if they thought you had done anything to further damage our reputation.
Reputation? That's a laugh.
Not to us. I assume you know the consequences if you go against your word.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And you are aware of the seriousness of the situation.
As long as my father has a decent burial, you have nothing to fear from me.
Well, then we have nothing further to discuss.
I hope not.
You've made your choice. As of this moment, consider yourself no longer a member of this family.
Oh, not that. Anything but that.
I'm glad you find it amusing. Let's see if you still feel that way as you struggle to make your way with a pauper husband in Port Charles. As a young lady who was brought up on Riviera summers, I'm sure you'll find poverty to be a rude awakening.
There are worse things.
I can't imagine what.
Like living off blood money, for one.
The bank doesn't care.
Well, I do, and I'll have no part of it.
Excuse me, sir.
What is it, William?
There's a call from Miss Holly. From Port Charles.
Is it Luke? Would you excuse me? I'd like to take it in here. Luke?
Finally. Babe, I've been trying to reach you for hours.
Yes, I tried to reach you, too.
English, are you all right? What's going on?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm fine. Father's funeral is set for tomorrow.
Why didn't you wait for me?
I couldn't.
Why not?
Well, I'll tell you all about it when I see you.
Listen, I'm flying out there as soon as the airport is open. I shouldn't be... it shouldn't be too much longer.
Don't bother. It'll be faster if I just come home after the funeral.
No way. I want to be with you.
Please don't come. I'll be all right.
All right, something's wrong. What is it?
No, Luke, nothing, honestly.
Why did you leave without me?
Can you still hear me?
Talk louder.
Listen, darling, I think we're about to lose this connection.
Wait.
I love you. I'll be back in Port Charles as soon as I can.
But wait a minute.
The red or the blue silk? What do you think, Tiff?
Red of what?
To the New Year's Eve party on the Star, of course. What do you think, Robert?
Oh, black's good. I mean, after all, it is probably the last bash on the old barge. Something somber would be appropriate.
No, I don't agree at all. If this is going to be the last bash, we should wear something colorful. Am I right, Tiff?
What? Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. What'd you say?
Oh, never mind. Figured out myself. I'm sure if Holly was here, she'd give me a good suggestion.
She'll be here. She called this morning.
Oh, how are things going?
Well, she seems to have things under control. The funeral, as I understand it, is today. She's getting the first flight back tomorrow.
I'm sure it's a very terrible day for her. Very bleak in old Victoria.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't mind being there. Or anywhere, actually.
Anywhere?
Yeah, anywhere but here.
Hey, come on. What's this, anywhere but here routine? Has Port Charles lost its aura for you?
Definitely.
You trying to tell me that you want to leave town?
Well, is that so surprising, Robert? I mean, you're the one that told me to get my career going again.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously I can't do it in this town, so I might as well leave right now.
Come on, Tiffany. We all know you better than that. It's almost New Year's Eve, and you want to make up with Noah.
the girl has a point.
No, I have nothing to do with this. I have spent every New Year's Eve without Noah Drake, and I'm perfectly content to spend another one without him. So if you would please excuse me, I have things to do.
I can't believe it. She is really upset over this break with Noah.
You got that right.
There's an easy remedy, though.
Oh?
If we can just get Tiffany and Noah together at the New Year's Eve party, just have to let nature take its course.
You're forgetting 2 points here. Point 1, Bobby is going to be at the party. Point 2, Bobby was the reason for the split in the first place.
I still say, if there is any real chemistry, we just have to put them together and let it work.
Speaking as one that flunked chemistry, I'm not with you.
If we can just put Tiffany and Noah in the same room, let nature take its course, it doesn't matter if Bobby's there or not.
I'm not so sure.
Do you have a better idea?
I thought you'd say that. No, I don't.
Well, I still say my idea is better than nothing at all.
Look, the theory is great, and it works well on paper, but in principle, these sort of things have a habit of backfiring.
And how is that?
There's an old saying. It goes something like, the pathway to hell is paved with good intentions.
So what's your alternative? I mean, she's up there pouting. She's miserable.
Okay, you've convinced me. Do you reckon you can get her to come to the party?
No problem. Do you think you can get Noah there?
I'll make certain of it. Now, don't ask me how at this point, but I'll give it my best shot. Dormitory, Bunny Mother speaking. Hello, sweetheart, how are you? Yeah? Oh, good. I'm glad it's almost over. Are you okay? Sure. Yeah, I'll tell him. Yeah, I think that's the right thing to do. Okay. And again, it's good to hear from you. Bye.
She all right?
Well, she sounded as if she's got things together. The funeral is any minute now. She's off to that, and then as soon as she finishes, she's going to get the first flight back.
Did she ask about Luke?
Well, she said to give him a message. I think she's a bit scared to talk to him. Kiss me soon.
Dry and cheap. Just the way I like it. Happy New Year. This is a recording. The party is still on for tonight. The management will provide champagne and noisemakers. Guests, please provide their own New Year's resolutions. If you must leave a message, do so at the sound of the beep. Beep.
Not.
English? Where are you?
The airport.
Port Charles?
I just got in.
Yeah, I'm here.
I'll get a taxi and be right there.
I'm waiting. Shouldn't be taking this long.
Hi. Aren't you going to welcome me home?
Sure.
You're mad at me, aren't you?
What do you think?
I didn't have a choice, Luke.
So it was the last plane out. You could have waited.
It was too important. I knew if I waited, it would be too late.
Too late for what? Another couple of days couldn't have made any difference.
You don't understand.
Holly, I didn't want you to go alone. I told you that. You could have been killed.
I wasn't.
That's not the point.
Listen, it's New Year's Eve. Can't we just forget about it? Aren't you glad to see me?
Of course I'm glad to see you. But I want an explanation. What was so important, so urgent, that you couldn't wait for me?
You read the note?
That wasn't enough!
Father had to be buried in the family plot next to Mother. I had to make sure.
What happened when you got there?
I did what I went to do. I buried my father.
Details, Holly. I want details!
It was an extremely difficult time for me. And if you cared for me at all, you would just drop it.
Don't give me that. You know I care for you. But we are going to talk!
Later. Huh? When I'm ready. I brought all my clothes back from Victoria. I have a lot of unpacking to do. So later, huh?
All right, fine. Later. Feeling better?
Much.
You want another cup?
No, thanks, one. It's fine.
Still mad?
No, I wasn't mad. Well, if I was, it wasn't for long.
Good. So, now do you want to tell me what happened to Victoria?
I already told you. How many times do you want me to describe the funeral?
Who was there?
Nanny, some of Father's friends, the vicar, of course.
Was he buried in the family plot?
Yes, I made sure of it.
So how did you do that? Percy's not the type of man to change his mind. Something must have happened.
I don't know. Ask him.
I'm asking you.
Do we have to do this?
I'm beginning to think we do, yeah.
It'll just lead to another argument.
If you don't tell me, it's going to lead to worse.
I just got back.
You're hiding something from me, aren't
No.
you? You are.
Stop it, Luke. You're beginning to sound like...
Just like Mystery Mountain, isn't it? All the lies and deception.
Yes, exactly.
Well, then stop it, damn it, and tell me what happened up there.
Excuse me, perhaps I'm interrupting.
No. Mr. Barron, hi.
I've been called away suddenly, and I thought I'd stop by and just take one last look at the place.
Oh, sure, no problem. I think your $5,000 deposit should guarantee that. I'm discussing some business here at the moment. Do you mind showing yourself around?
No trouble at all.
If I don't see you before, have a nice trip.
Well, thank you, and we'll be in touch.
Good,
soon.
good.
$5,000?
Yeah, that's the guy I talked to the day he left.
Is he going to buy it?
It looks that way.
Then it's probably a good job that you did stay and you didn't come with me.
That's not the point. You shouldn't have made that decision for me. The very least, you should have told me what you were going to do.
I tried.
I hate notes. You know how I hate notes, Holly. Especially when they're hurried and when they don't give you all the information.
I knew you would be angry, so I tried to call you from Victoria. The lines were down. You know that, because you tried to call me.
What about Trotter? Did you see Trotter?
Yes, he came to the house. I told him everything was all right.
Did he come to the house as soon as you got there or later?
Just before you called.
Did you see Basil?
Of course not. You know he's disappeared.
I don't know that. That's a general theory. I'm not sure I agree with it.
You think I wouldn't tell you if I had seen him?
I'm not sure, darling.
You don't trust me.
It's not a matter of trust, Holly. It's a matter of finding out what went on.
Well, good. I heard your voice here.
Welcome back, Holly.
Yeah, you made it just in time. Luke must have told you about the party.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, no, he didn't.
What is wrong with you? This is the last gasp on board our bateau, or possibly any other bateau, for that matter.
Well, we just didn't quite get around to it. We had some things to discuss.
Oh, I know what that means.
No, you don't.
What's new with you guys?
Well, nothing is new with me, but Robert has some good news.
You took the job?
Shake hands with the new police commissioner.
Congratulations, pal.
Thanks, mate.
You're going to do a wonderful job, I know.
Let's hear all the details, like how much
No,
you
wait a
wanna
minute.
make.
Before you guys get into it, I've got to go. I have much more important things to do. To go get dolled up for the party.
Right.
What is the dress?
Formal.
Oh, I better come with you.
Terrific.
Holly, we're not through yet.
A little later, huh? As Jackie said, there are more important things and later.
It'll be perfect. I couldn't...
Holly.
When the time is right.
That was certainly interesting. You want to tell me what it was all about?
I don't even know. But I'll find out. When I find out, I'll let you know, pal.
Once party.
Don't you think it's a little early for that?
This time, I intend to be ready for the big occasion.
Well, personally, I wouldn't mind you sleeping through the entire evening.
I really wish you would come off it. You've been moping around all night.
Perhaps because this is the first time since I was 13 that I have not had a date for New Year's Eve.
Well, does that make a difference?
Yes, it does.
Oh.
That's ridiculous. Think of all the advantages of being alone.
Name one.
You'll be able to dance with every man in the place.
It doesn't matter if I only want to dance with one man.
I am sorry. This kind of attitude is completely inappropriate for New Year's.
It also appears to be catching.
You mean Luke?
Yes, he's pacing like a caged lion.
It has something to do with he and Holly. She didn't talk about it, but I could tell by the way they looked at each other.
I think it has something to do with the funeral.
Or maybe her hasty depart.
Maybe.
Come on, why don't we go over and try and cheer him up?
Why not?
Hey, mate, how's about a glass of vintage bubbly, one only?
Later.
A dance. I'm unattached, as you can see.
Well, I feel very lucky. Save me a slow one.
Later, huh?
Right.
Okay.
I get the feeling you don't really want to be with us.
Oh, no, man, not at all.
I think you're just waiting for someone.
Well, you were with her. Isn't she ready yet?
Just about. I just think she wants to be extra special.
Sorry it took me so long.
Beautiful. Let's sit down and talk.
In a minute, I want to gather the others.
Have what?
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too,
Oh,
darling.
what a beautiful dress. Where did you get that?
Delphina's.
Of course, I should have
Well,
known.
let's have a glass of champagne.
Good idea.
Just
Here.
a small amount for me, please. It's quite early.
That's a small amount will do it. Here. And you should have one too.
Yes. Oh,
That's good.
of course I shall.
Right. Just be careful.
A toast
Thank you.
Let's.
to Robert's new job
I'll drink to that.
and to all of our futures. Today really is the beginning of the rest of our lives.
Right, now, which lucky girl is going to have the first dance with the police commissioner?
I will. Whatever's on the turntable will be
Right,
fine.
fast or slow?
Slow.
You're right, whatever's on the turntable. Excuse me.
Oh,
Hi,
because we wanted you to come and smile. Here he comes.
I heard of it. Oh, I was very sorry.
Thank you.
Jackie, you look wonderful.
Don't look so bad yourself.
That's it?
No?
Right, well, you've obviously figured out that this is the bar. Come on, let's boogie, darling. Help yourselves. It's on the house.
Let's go. I know where they keep the good stuff.
Sorry to steal her away, but this is our dance.
Go ahead.
Oh, we'll wait on the sidelines.
No arguments. We're gonna come on.